Happy New Year from Clutch Gaming. We're going to be going over, hopefully, our new schedule. I think we're going to get a new schedule right now, and then we're going to see what 2019 looks like. The schedule is a pretty important part of what we're trying to do for next year because it'll provide us a lot of power checks in terms of how good we are. And so we open up the season as the last game against Echo Fox. That's going to be really hype. We're going to get a chance to see how we do against three of our former players in Solo, Apollo, and Hakuo. It was pretty sad to see those guys go, but hopefully we've made some improvements on that side and we're able to win that game. The next game we see is, it's up against TSM. So we're going to see TSM. Frankly speaking, TSM does not seem to be a top echelon, top tier team this year. Broken Blade seems like an interesting addition. How much better is he than Hanser? We're really not quite sure. So we'll see how TSM does. Week 2, we have Optic. Optic, week 2, game 1. Optic is a fine organization with great players and great teams, but hopefully we shouldn't be too worried about Optic. But here's probably the biggest power check for us to see where we end up is TL. I think TL is unequivocally the best team in the league. It's really hard to see a lot of teams doing much better than them. They have star power at every position, a great coach in Kane. We play up against them week 2, game 2. That's going to be a really good chance to see if we're in the upper echelon of things or if we're in the lower echelon things. We'll see how well we do against them. A win's a win, but a loss is a loss, but that's going to be a big one. Hopefully, if we win, everyone's watching us play against TL, week 2, game 2. But if we lose, it's during the Super Bowl, so hopefully nobody's watching us lose against TL if we lose that game. But hopefully, we'll win and get through it. The next game is 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves is super solid. Some days definitely peaking. People thought he peaked in 2015, 2016. Turns out 2018 was the year. We'll see how he's doing back then. We're on blue side against Cloud9. Cloud9 had a great run last year. I think we should be better than them. We should have a top side advantage, I would hope. And that'll be a good chance to see if we're, Cloud9's incredibly well hyped coming in. We're obviously not. Let's see how we do against Cloud9 on that Sunday. Week 4, we have CLG on Saturday, and then we have FlyQuest on Sunday. A player to look out for. Really interested in seeing what FlyQuest does with Viper. Viper and Pobelt are very, very interesting North American talents. They're guys we had on our radar. We obviously think that they're really interesting talents and that they have the biggest advantage in North America and that they're talented, skilled North American players. It's sort of hard to find. And so we're interested to see how that works out. We'll see how that matchup happens. CLG is weird. Does anyone know what CLG's roster is yet? No one knows their roster yet. So either we're up against Flame or up against Darshan. We'll see. We'll see who's up then. And then we round out the first half with Golden Guardians, week 5. Oh man, Golden Guardians. Who knows how good they are? I have no idea. They could be a solid team or they could be a team that's 2 pieces away. We'll see how they do. They have an interesting coaching opportunity as well. We do Golden Guardians, then week 5, we start up the reverse. It looks as though we're going in reverse order again because we play against Optic. And then week 6, we play against 100 Thieves and Echo Fox. So it's basically the first 3 teams again, week 5 and 6. Week 7, we're up against FlyQuest. And then CLG, week 8, we're up against TL and Golden Guardians. And in week 9, we finish up the season, obviously with TSM and with Cloud9. First glance, the thing, we don't know yet if we're going to have an advantage on red side or blue side. Historically, people have had advantages on blue side in the past. So what I'm seeing right now is that in the first half, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 games on blue side in the first half, which means that we have 6 games on red side in the second half. That would suggest that we should have a stronger start if traditional patterns emerge in the first half. That bodes pretty poorly if our record is 0-4 after the first 2 weeks. But if we end the first half of the split above 500, I think we're probably in pretty good shape actually the reverse of that. If we only end up with at 500, that could bode poorly for us depending on how we do. A big thing I think is that Brendan Mixcrack, our new head coach, is a really solid drafter, and drafting ability comes into play a lot on red side. It seems to me the best indicator of drafting skill happens on the red side. So we'll see if he can pull that through. I think that's pretty much how the schedule is going to look. What's interesting, of course, is that we're going to see how we're going to flex week 5 through 9. You're probably going to see us more towards the top because I think Riot for the most part is slightly underrating how good we're going to be. So we'll take a look there and really check back to see where we're at in the schedule in the next coming weeks. Anyway, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching, and please let us know what you think about our schedule and how we should start our season off with. I'm guessing 3-1.